only way to survive is to give blowjobs.
Ikhandeka phi le blowjob? Ikhandelwa kuphi?
Eh? How? Am I selling? I don't like what you're doing. Stop.
Reject of the society, uyibhantiti, black sheep of the family, abantu bathi delinquent abasakufuni.
Don't do that.
Ngapha iTwitter ikwenze busy black Twitter.
Do you know what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hurt and that person won't be me.
Into ngisho ngabhebheka la nje.
I haven't had sex for a year.
And
what more
yes,
do you want from me?
Ungehama ibhali. Phela amandla ayi2 ahlangene la. Oka Samson no Delilah.
The intention was not for them to win legally.
Was there a way you avoid the situation? Angithi abanye abantu banokutshela ukuthi hayi vele bengena choice.
Calm down.
But man fika ngada niyazi ukuthi Christmas niyocula ihappy because ngale kunama band over idunudu.
Bro, like what's your problem?
If you were to get another chance, yokuthi bathi lento wayenza uya regret or not, would you do it again?
Where is this coming from now?
Understand la. Ushaya itrada ngawe futhi.
But are we not men?
I'm not a cow, bitch. Vote. Listen, I'm gonna make you sweat, make you wet, make you wet, wet, wet. I'm gonna make you scared, little baby, pissing in your pressure.
Vote. Allah.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda Kyle. And this is The Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this. There. Alrighty then, you guys. If you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And also, please do click on the thank you button if you guys do enjoy my videos, right? On this video, you guys, we're going to be talking about Boujee, the guy that Gbv'D Boity Tulo. Recently, he was on Against the War podcast, where he was asked about the situation that happened with Boity. In countless other videos, I've expressed how I do not vibe, and I don't think anyone should be vibing with Gbv'D, whether it's done to a male or a female. You should always be able to control your anger. Nothing should ever get to a point or escalate to a point where it's a violent situation where people get hurt, bloody, and all these type of funny, freaky things, right? It's not okay, because you don't know the extent of damage that you can do to another person or what they can do to you. Putting hands on anyone is just not the way to go, or putting other instruments or weapons on people is just not the way to go. Please just stop. Try. Right? I don't want to go back into that whole story of what Boujee did. We know it happened, and he acknowledges the fact that it did happen. Right? I want to talk about how he was actually saying, not in his exact words, these are mine, how he was saying that it could happen to anyone. Anyone can be put in these types of situations where it escalates to a point where it gets violent or dangerous, right? It goes back to what I've been saying to you guys about how the demons are hovering around us all and always looking for an opening to attack. Always looking for an opportunity to escalate a situation and make it really, really bad. You understand what I mean? That's the situation that happened with Boity and Boujee.
Was there a way you avoid the situation? Angithi abanye abantu banokutshela ukuthi hayi vele bengena choice la. Lento ngibambe ku tight marking ngathi uloyi.
There was, now that I think about it, right? I still regret not walking away because I had an opportunity. To walk away. To be honest, I had an opportunity to walk away, even though the words were breaking me and the insults and me trying to save someone from hurting other people, then ended up hurting me. Because it started from a simple, no, don't do that, to just something else.
Boity at that time, obviously, as we know now, she's a Sangoma lady, and she was giving unsolicited readings, basically, To the point where Boujee is now saying that he was freaked out. Like, she was saying to him that there's someone behind you, oh my gosh, this thing is very scary, wada. And he was like, you better stop with this nonsense. You know, don't give me a reading. I didn't ask for it. This is not the time or the place for that type of situation. And I wish that Sangoma people would actually hold your back. Hold it in. Not everybody wants to know about their lives. Especially because not all of us believe that it is coming from God or your so-called ancestors. Some of us believe that it's coming from familiar spirits. And that's why situations like this escalate to that point.
Because at the end of the whole thing, when I was crying, right, I was like, call the police. Like, no, we're not calling the police.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. No, this thing needs to be private. I'm like, listen, I think, because I blacked out. Have you ever been so angry? Umuntu akhuluma amagama, aqhaqhe, and then when I'm telling you to profit and family, I mean, it's my family. You don't go there. You don't. And if I didn't give you permission, don't do that.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing because I was not the only victim that night. So many of us were attacked.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And just trying to play hero backfired. Till today,
What
mina
is
abantu
the
mabeyola ngibambe next. I move.
Bangabulalana, yeah.
No, rather.
Otherwise ukugibela imfene,
Yeah.
even ulala ubaliwe.
Because by me stopping that, it's me, because I'm trying to say, no, we can do this better. But it's more like, no, actually, let them see to finish. I went through hell because of this. 2.5 years of my life
Yes.
compromised. So
I've been in situations where Sangoma people have told me about, oh, you're so gifted, you should do this, that, and the other. I'm just like, no, many. Or they give you a reading and you didn't even ask for it. And the information is very accurate, but you're just like, I didn't ask for this. I don't participate in these type of situations. Sangoma people need to know that there are boundaries. Not everybody wants to know what you have to say. Some of us actually really do believe that you are communicating with familiar spirits. If God said that the dead are dead, they are resting, there's nothing you can gain or get from them, then you know what, we need to all just respect each other. We need to respect our spiritual and religious beliefs type of situation. You can't just come out and say, oh, because I have a gift, then I am entitled to tell you this information. I don't want to know. So that evening when Boujee did the Gbv'D on Boity, he didn't want to know about this. He didn't want to know that there were shadows of beings following him around. But she persisted, right? And that's to Boujee. And I don't condone his behavior. Like I said before, there has to be a point where you can just diffuse the situation. But she did antagonize him to the point where it got really nasty. The fact that Boujee didn't want to accept this information, she got pissed off and started saying things like you were D-list or Z-list, Z-list, celebrity, Zaze, Zamhlula, Zonke type of situation. And he got mad because people do take these things very personally, especially when it comes to their careers. It's important to everyone, you know what I mean? But she carried on, and then she got the bottle in her face, I guess, or her head, and Boujee was arrested. I think he said that he went to Sun City. Now that's no child's play, right? And when he was there, apparently he said that he met, or he was served coffee by Shoba. Now Shoba is the guy that deleted his lady. It was a very big case here in South Africa. As a matter of fact, I did a video about it, or I incorporated it into one of my videos because I know Shoba personally, and it was a big shocker to me that, wow, this guy actually did this thing. But when the case was ongoing, I didn't know it was that Shoba until I started to see the pictures, and I was like, wow, it's Shoba. You know what I mean? These things do happen. He also said that when he was in prison, prison, that is so deep. Jail and prison are two different places. You know what I mean? When he was in prison, he almost got R-worded. But he told the guy, when the guy was saying to him, we've been sharing this cell, or I know that there's a vibe between us. I know that you want this. And he told the guy, don't do this because someone's going to get hurt and it's not going to be me.
And I got like this, my cellmate was very, very nice and very excited and a big fan of my work, you know. And then he says what happened. Then I tell him what happens and who I fought with and why am I here and how it happens. And then he's like, ach, nee, man. I know that girl. And then he tells me his stories with her and stuff. I'm just like, you know, this is not going to end. And then slept, woke up in the morning. When I woke up in the morning, when people think gay guys in prison have it easy, it's a lie. I'm a huge GBV activist.
Yeah.
So I did, I'm not sure if you followed the Tsegofatso story.
Yeah. Pule.
Tsegofatso Pule. I was part of the people that were saying no bail for Shoba. Guess what happens? I meet Shoba in prison.
Way.
He's making coffee for me.
Hey, son.
This is a man
that's hectic, Chief.
that I said no bail to. Bengifake it-tight namatik ngiphethe amabhod.
Yeah, utakahambe lo.
Ngithi makahamba.
Yes.
Am I not with him?
Yes. So do you think we bonile leya scene? Because usually I think nama phone ngara, then you can double check and then ma backtrack kanyana ubona uthi nali cassette mabal rewind bengikhona nangu bekakhona.
He knew.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they saw me on TV and stuff. And because I've known him before through a mutual friend, but we never really connected.
Okay.
But he didn't take it personally.
Oh.
You know, he just made coffee for me. And then he said to me, you'll be fine. And I'm expecting him to show me flames.
And apparently, allegedly, in the past, it has been said that Boujee actually stekomed another guy, him and his cousin or brother. He's just got it's not publicly known in that way, like everybody knows this information, a violent past, but it has come up, you know, and he doesn't deny any of these allegations. He actually tells it as it is. Once again, I do not condone GBV against anyone. I hate it. I really, really do hate it because I've lived in a situation where GBV was very prevalent in my life. And I think to this day, it has shaped the person that I am, traumatized me in many different ways, but it is what it is. You know, these are things of way back when, but they stick with you in some way or another. So I'm very, very, very against GBV all around. When it's males doing it to females or females doing it to men, it's just wrong. Right? But he did touch on the fact that we are actually all the same. And like I said before, it's not his words, but I'm going to put it the way I'm going to put it. We are really all the same. We really are, and I've said this before, pieces or fragments of one being. And we experience things the same. We experience the same things, just in different ways. Sometimes in these situations, you are the villain. Sometimes you are the victim. It just so happened that on that particular day, he was the villain. He should have had more self-control.
Because now, prison can happen. I'll tell you one thing. Whatever prison can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't care. Ucabanga ukuthi wena ujamba muphumlilo or ini. Listen, even Mbawula won't save you. It's
He even said that he regrets the act, but he also regrets just going to that particular event and being around those people on that night. Obviously, we can't turn back the hands of time. It happened. You know, there's so many things that we all do regret doing or saying, taking part in, but we can't go back and change them. We can only learn from them and become better people. And that's the vibe that I was getting from this interview. It is your choice at the end of the day if you want to forgive and forget. It is your choice. But there was something in this interview that just told me, okay, he regrets it. He really, really does regret it. You know what I mean? I was taken aback when he said that it can happen to anyone, that you get pissed off to the point where you react in a way that you wouldn't normally react in. Especially when there's alcohol, maybe even is Gbv'D involved in the situation. It is very possible, like I said, those demons are hovering and waiting for an opportunity or an in to corrupt the environment, to corrupt people, to escalate a situation that is avoidable, because any dangerous, violent situation, I believe, is avoidable. You have to breathe and take a step back and realize what is actually happening here. What am I actually about to do? But when you in the heat of the moment and you're intoxicated, it's a very tricky situation. It's a very, very tricky situation. Right? I just want to say to you guys, please take care of yourselves and be aware that at any given point, it could be you that does this Gbv'D situation. Takes me now back to last week when I was speaking about the Boujee situation, and I was like, guys, you don't know how far people black out. You don't know how far another person is going to go or how far you're gonna go. We are walking around with so many traumas and things that we need to work through, emotions that we need to sit with and resolve, but they're not all resolved in just one day. Someone somewhere out there is going to trigger you, and you just don't know how far you're going to go and what's going to take over you to get you to a point where, by mistake, you're going to kill someone. That's why I was like, with Boujee, I wish that she would change her ways, because it's escalating and escalating, and it's a pattern in her life that it could get to a point where you can't go back. Now you're going to jail, by mistake, because you beat someone up or you kill someone, by mistake. You guys are out there, you're so angry and so violent. You need to be able to take a step back and realize what it is that you are doing, because you're going to get yourself in really, really hot waters. You really are. Boujee was in that jail. Libo Shoba, people that have killed their significant others. These are hard criminals. I never thought that Shoba would be a hard criminal. He was like really a nice guy, you know what I mean? But you don't know a person, and you don't know how far they're going to go. From when I knew him, he was a really nice guy. I'm not surprised that he was making coffee for Boujee. The version of him that I knew was that type of guy. It could literally happen to anyone, where one day you black out. And I'm not even saying black out drunk. You just black out, you see red. These type of situations happen in angry situations, in fights, in arguments. And then you go too far. And you can't take that back. Once it has happened, it has happened. You're the bad guy. Or you're the murder realizer. You don't come back from that. Got mistake. You have to control yourself. You really, really do have to control yourselves. You have to catch yourself in those moments. And he was absolutely. I've never seen Boujee like this. Very peaceful, very calm. Now, Boujee is actually best friends with someone that I know. I won't say who. And they've mentioned the type of person that they regard them as, right? So when I was watching this interview, I was seeing that person. This person is someone that I trust, I love. We spent a lot of time that type of situation. I know this person like a brother, right? So I was seeing that side of Boujee, very mature, very soft, very authentic, because he doesn't deny any of these claims or anything like that. Unfortunately, that unfortunate situation did happen. I don't know if he was convicted or anything like that, but I think Boity dropped the charges. Maybe now I should realize I was actually antagonizing this guy, and he did ask me to stop this shizness. Just because you have a calling and a gift, it doesn't mean that you can get into people's minds, heads, and just start divulging all these information that they did not ask for. You are asking for trouble in that moment. Not to say that what Boujee did was right, it was wrong. But I'm just saying, sometimes as sangomas, not everybody wants to know. And you guys have to be careful out there. How far you take things. Things can escalate in a way emangazayo. And you just wouldn't even know, how did you get there? It's not even you at that point, especially when there's alcohol involved. It's not even you at that point. You are taken over. Because I told you guys, alcohol is a spirit-eating demon derived from the Arabic word alcohol. So once you start to consume boujee, you are allowing those spirits to come into you. You are giving them permission. Because you lose your inhibition, you lose who you are. And once you are intoxicated, your vessel cannot handle it anymore. So you leave the building and those spirits come in to take a joy ride. So when things start getting hot and busy, it's like, yes, finally, let's go. Let's ride this body and fuck things up. And now you're in trouble. We are not wrestling with flesh and blood. This warfare is a spiritual warfare. Actually, Boujee did mention that as well. It's a spiritual warfare. Everything happens in the spirit first before it does in this 3D reality. People need to start realizing that. I also did mention before about road rage. You're driving. Somebody pisses you off on the road. People get out of their cars, start shooting people, beating people up, breaking their windows. This is actually a fact. This is what happens. Everybody just needs to relax and stay calm. I know things are bad in this world, but damn, you're going to find yourself in jail. Got mistake. Or because you couldn't control your emotions and your anger. It's ridiculous. It really, really is. Especially with the information that is out there. Or people like myself that come out to tell you these things. It's like, come on, guys. You need to start listening. You will lose everything. People won't want to touch you because you did Gbv'D, because you murderized someone, because you went too far. People need to get to a point where they can control their own vessels, their own being, their souls. Type of situation, right? Go check out that interview on Against the War podcast. I quite did enjoy it. And I was just like, yeah, this is the same shit that I've been speaking about. You never know when it's going to be you. Because we are all a fragment of one being. We are all the same. We are all spiritual beings living this human experience. But we are all actually experiencing the same thing, just on different levels and from different perspectives. If you catch my drift. Right? Alrighty then, you guys. If you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And baby, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.